Good morning and happy Vlogmas Day 15. I can't believe it is December 15th already. I seriously don't know where the month is going. I have been working away on the ribbing on my sweater, but I have a long way to go. Like, I don't even think I'm halfway yet. Other than that, I guess what I didn't show you yesterday is that I worked on what I call my cinema cowl. I worked on this during the movie yesterday. So inside here, I have this all knotted up, so it's quite long. But I keep that knotted up because that way it doesn't, I don't have to turn it. It just kind of turns on its own. But anyway, I started, I think right here when I was in the movies. It was either right here or right here. But anyway, I got quite a bit done. As I said, we went and saw A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood about Mr. Rogers, and it was definitely a good movie. So good that I decided to buy the autobiography, I'm not sure which, of Mr. Rogers. Like, he's just such an amazing man. And he did a lot of good, so anyway, I find it interesting. As far as the sweater goes, I just wound up another ball of the gray, so, because obviously I'm holding it double, and yeah, nothing else to say about that. I didn't get a lot of knitting or anything done yesterday because we had that family dinner, and by the time we got home I was tired, so anyhow, it is day 15, and I have day 15 Advent minis. I'm going to start with sock yarn swappers today. The yarn was dyed by Teeny Button, and it's called Dumbledore's Dressing Gown. And it is a beautiful burgundy. Really pretty. And my Stress Knits Advent Calendar. Which, by the way, I know we're only on day 15, but I have to say I am so happy I decided to splurge on an Advent, a bigger quantity Advent, and to actually be able to make something more than just add it to a blanket. I'm loving it. No regrets. And our color today is very pretty, very dark compared to what we've had so far. And it's called Fancy Lights. That's day 15. Really pretty. Pops of red, lots of tealy green and blue, a little bit of brown. Really, really, really pretty. Well, I just unfolded the gigantic king-size batting, and so far I have to say I'm not very happy. I don't think that's the spot, but my thumb punched through in 2 spots just trying to unfold it. So, I mean, I don't think it's really going to matter because it's going to be stitched in and whatever, but yeah, not impressed. Also, I thought I got the Warm and Natural. I got it from Joann's, and this is not the Warm and Natural. It's the natural cotton batting. So, I think before I did use the Warm and Natural, but and I don't remember my thumb punching through ever, so wish me luck. I in no way think that this is the best way to cut this. In fact, I just got some advice on how to do this, and they recommended dealing with it in small sections, but I can't figure out how to do that. I have folded this and folded this and folded this again. It's super thick. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to cut this the way it is. You can see there's many layers. I can't even say, like, there's parts where it feels like it's kind of wrinkly inside. This is going to be a disaster. Worst case scenario, I go back and I buy flannel for the middle and have to cut that. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see what happens. Yeah, that definitely didn't work because you can see my blade is only, I don't know, not even a half inch. And that is much thicker. So it doesn't work because it's hitting the plastic part. So yeah, I have to refigure this out. I don't know why my brain just can't handle this. I unfolded it once. You can see it's much bigger than my mat, even if I turn it the other way. And the biggest issue is it's bigger than my ruler. So because of that, I can't line up the top and the bottom of the ruler. Why does this have to be so difficult? Have I mentioned that I failed geometry? Straight lines, circles, all of those geometric things just make my brain hurt. Well, I very roughly cut it in half. So I'm going to try this again. Dealing with a lot less layers, and hopefully that's going to work. And hopefully I didn't screw it up too bad. I can't be completely sure, but I think it's actually working. That's amazing. I think it's working. The squares seem to be coming out 8 by 8-ish. I'll throw the ish in there because, yeah, they're probably all a little bit ish. I decided to try and put one of the layers together into a block just to see how it's gonna go. And I'm just roughly eyeballing it an inch around. I think that should work. The main goal is just that none of the batting will be coming out where it frays. And I've heard that the fraying hides a multitude of sins. So let's hope so. There it is. First one is all pinned together. Only 209 to go. And I haven't sewn a thing yet. Well, I just got done cutting what I think is half of the batting, and I got 120 squares that are roughly 8 by 8. I'm not going to say it's perfect because it's definitely not. But that means that if I cut it exactly in half, which I'm sure I didn't, I would have a total of 240 squares, and I only need 210. So if I really screwed up the other half, I should still have enough, I hope. And I just got the message from Walmart that my grocery order is ready, so I'm gonna go pick that up, and this will be to be continued. It's prep day again. I'm really not feeling like cooking, but the food sounds good. We're having, We're having orange basil turkey breast with fingerling potatoes and Brussels sprouts, slow-cooked brisket with roasted cauliflower, broccoli, and leeks, chicken pot pie soup, and fiesta brisket bowl. Oh, also a salad, spinach with celery, walnuts, and goat cheese. Sounds pretty good to me. I finally unpacked these progress keepers that I got just before we left on our honeymoon. We were in Portland and I stopped by Michael's. We don't have a Michael's anywhere near where I live. And for some reason, Joann's doesn't seem to have these. At least I haven't seen them. Anyway, I got a cupcake. I got a llama, a bee, and a really cute donut. It's sparkly. Because who doesn't need a sparkly donut in their life? It's tea time. We just got done with our meal prep. Actually, I still have turkey cooking, but it's in the Instapot, so it's pretty easy. Anyway, I have box number 15 from my David's Tea Advent Calendar, and it is called Super Ginger. And this one says it is spicy, sweet, and comforting. And it's the tea I can't pronounce. Rooibos? No idea. Anyway, I'm going to make a cup of this. Just as an aside, I don't want to jinx things because clearly I feel like I've done that before, but I have slightly more energy and not all the mucus going down my throat, and maybe, just maybe, I'm getting better. Please, please, please. I hope so. I'm back in the craft room assembling squares, and sounds like several of you have some quilting experience, a lot more than I do anyway. So here's a question for you. I've seen tutorials where they take the fabric marker and they draw the X that they're going to sew over. I feel like that'll be a little hard with the pins in there already. And B, it's going to take a long time. So do you think it's worth it to be that precise, or do you think it is okay to just wing it corner to corner? I'm scared to hear the answer, but anyway, let me know what you think. Well, I'm making some progress. I finished 34, which is all that I had of those, even though I'm supposed to have 35. And I've done like 5 of this pattern so far. A long way to go, but I just got a text from Glenn that he's on his way home. So I'm going to keep doing this because apparently he bought Christmas presents he wants to hide in the house somewhere before I come out. So anyway, it is it's slow, but it's going. Someone decided to come help me. Didn't you? I don't think he's much of a help, but he thinks so. I made some pretty good progress, but I ran out of pins. I managed to pin 94 little quilt squares. I have 34 of that one, 35 of that one, and I got to 25 finished on that one before running out of pins. And yeah, so that's like just under 400 pins that I put in. And that's just under half, so I think I'm going to finish cutting the quilt batting before I get the sewing machine out, which, don't be fooled, that's not going to be tonight.